So my name's David Francis. I am the CEO and co-founder of Virtual Method, along with Carly, who's up at the back there. That's our stand over there. So just to speak about what we do, just very, very quickly, we're a strategy, integration and creative production agency focused on and specialising in augmented and virtual reality and related technologies. There's really a convergence of all this stuff coming together, AI, all of it is really going to end up just being, I love to say that if you go forward 10 years from now, it'll be like you've gone back 40. No screens, no computers, no phones, everyone wearing glasses. And these glasses will become this incredible companion to us and will augment our world, will allow us to train, to learn, to tap into incredible information in real time. So first of all, around augmented reality in mobile AR. I won't go into it too much. You can come over and talk to us on our stand, but we work across 3 pillars of augmented and virtual reality. One is consumer-based, B2C, B2B, marketing, sales. We also work in training, learning and development and experiential around virtual reality, which I'll speak to a little bit later. And then finally, we work with Industrial 4.0, which I'll speak to tomorrow, in fact. But right now, I want to show you a campaign, an ongoing strategy that we have with 7-Eleven in North America for the last, I think, over a year now. Very successful. They continually invest in it. We just won at the Augmented World Expo Best Augmented Reality Campaign globally of the last year. So this is what it looks like. So this is all built with the Zappar platform, and we are the exclusive representatives of Zappar in this region. That campaign was all about generating loyalty, more people downloading their app, which they had a massive increase in, increasing footfall, increasing basket size, all of which the augmented reality ticked the boxes for. So as I said, they are continually doing campaigns and they're engaging FMCG, third-party vendors to come in and support gamifying the retail environment. And if you think people aren't into gamification, if you think that even Middle Australia are not into gamification, head to the Qantas Lounge at the airport and look at the amount of suits playing Candy Crush Saga and all that sort of stuff. I saw a recent stat that said 80% of stay-at-home mums play a mobile game at least once a day. Gamification is huge in our society. It is a major part of what we spend our time doing. So how do we connect that gamification now with not only retail environments, but packaging? Packaging in the meat and livestock industry, packaging across wool, across all these products that are at SKU. Consumers want more from packaging, but you can only print X amount on the front of your package that holds Jim's beef jerky or Cleaver's meats or whatever. So how can we give them so much more by using this little supercomputer that we've all got in our pockets, this incredible piece of technology? People talk about putting digital screens in. I'm like, why? They're so expensive to maintain. They're going to be outdated in no time, but consumers are brilliant. They go and upgrade their computers all the time, and you don't have to pay for it. So all you need to do is connect that with your physical world, with your packaging, and you're getting data, incredible data about them, which I'll talk to later. So we did an awesome study with Mindshare over in the UK. Some really amazing statistics came out of it. And Mindshare, being a media agency, they showed that there was a far greater memory retention from experiencing something in augmented reality. And even Confucius, many hundreds of years ago, said, when I hear, I forget. When I see, I remember. When I do, I understand. And augmented reality is kinetic. It's the act of doing. And when we are kinetic, on a primal level, our brain thinks what we're learning right now is important. That's why get kids up in classrooms, on their feet, get them outside. They will learn better. I actually trained in this town, Victorian College of the Arts, too many years ago to mention, as an actor. And we did a 6-hour play. And I tell you how actors know to learn lines. You walk, you get up with the script and you walk, and you will learn it that much faster, I assure you. So we use codes. And why do we use codes? We've been using codes for years. We create codes for lots of different brands all around the world. I got berated by a marketer the other day because she saw the My Little Pony code. She went, "Is that you? My daughter grabs my phone and runs straight to and she scans, and it's so annoying." I go, "You're saying that she grabs your phone and runs straight to where the product is sold and engages with the product?" And I'm like, I'm not apologising for it. So codes are very, very powerful. We've been saying this for a long time. And then what happened? We got quite flattered when Facebook brought out codes, and Snapchat brought out codes, and Pinterest brought out codes, and WeChat brought out codes. The Chinese think we're crazy for not using codes. They think we're crazy. They go, "How do you find an app?" We go, "We type it in and into the App Store," and they go, "So inefficient. You scan a code, you go to the place." The West is so inefficient. So we have Amazon codes and we have Spotify codes. So we also combined our codes recently with a company called DSS. We were match-made with them by the global head of AR/VR from Nestle, who said, "DSS, you have amazing invisible ink anti-counterfeit security measures, and if someone scans with a phone, they can see that something's counterfeit, but no one cares to scan with your app." Introducing Zappar, one of the world's most experienced augmented reality companies at retail, who makes really good reasons for people to want to scan. Get your technologies together and you could fix our problem that we're having with powdered milk in China for one, which is a $7 billion market for us. So we got it together. And if you look at all these categories, honey, if you look at rice, you look at meats going over there, you look at Penfolds Grange, or Benfolds as it sometimes appears in China, 40,000 bottles quite regularly get confiscated. In fact, amazing statistic, Maureen Downey, who's one of the world's biggest experts in counterfeit, says that 20% of all the wine in the world is fake. So if we can use these augmented reality experiences that create gamification, dwell time, brand engagement, better mind share for customers, and at the same time it's going, this product is counterfeit in Shenzhen. In fact, you've had a hotspot now of a whole bunch of products there not being scanned properly. You need to get in there, find that retailer, and shut it down. Really powerful. So we have a bunch of delivery options for the ways that people can create this channel. We can embed in your app, if you have an app. It's a tiny little 3 megabyte embed. We have some really standard off-the-shelf pricing around that as well. We can build an app for you if you're like, we just want an app that you can scan, we can sort that out. You can use the free Zappar app, and many companies around the world do. They go, "We'll just use yours." Well, look, we're not a media company, so we don't go how many millions of downloads we have, because if you have a good piece of content, people will download an app. They download apps every day. But you can use our free app. What's really exciting, though, that we've just launched as well, is the ability to use the web-based augmented reality. So in China, 100 million QR codes are scanned every day. And QR code scanning has increased by 32% in the last 12 months in the West. This is a stat from the United States. We're not that different. 2 billion phones can now natively scan QR codes. So can I ask you right now, go into your phone and just open up the camera. So if you're on an Android phone, open up your camera. If you're on an iPhone, just open up your camera as if you're going to take a photo of me. and just point it up at the screen there. And you'll notice a little link that comes up on your screen. Just tap on that link when it appears. Lots of people don't know that your phone's camera can just now scan QR codes. Tap on that link, it'll open up the web. When you open up the web, allow it to just click the little button in the middle there, and it's going to open up, you're going to then see it, see through it like a camera. And I'll then bring up something shortly that you'll be able to use. So keep that open on your phone for a sec, and then I'll bring up something that you can have fun with. So there is a unique opportunity to connect packaging to overcome the challenges that brands face today. So brands want that direct-to-consumer relationship through product engagement. They don't always want to be brokered by the Woolworths and Coles and everything of the world. They want to sometimes have a direct conversation with the end consumer. Packaging allows you to do that. They want to understand how, where, and when their products are being purchased and used, so that they can create better strategies and really look deeply into that data and wash it against all your sales data and other data you're getting from other sources. They want to keep pace with consumer demands for transparency, personalisation, and sustainability. So if you look at, come over to our stand, there's an awesome project we're doing with the MLA and some leading vendors in the industry. Have a look at, there's a lot of provenance pieces that we've got happening off packaging over there, stories that take you paddock to plate and all that sort of stuff. Even scanning and being able to choose whether you want to hear that story in Mandarin or English. And you don't have to go and print Mandarin packaging, or English packaging if they prefer. And this is all about levelling the first-party data playing field as well. Augmented reality, that it's an owned channel for you if this is where you want to go with your consumer engagement. So there's so many things, and some of them, for example, are like a great use case is from Andrew's Meats, is being able to scan and then using markerless augmented reality, point at a table and see a 3D plated up version of a meal in front of you, because it's kind of shrink wrapped and it's full of gravy and everything inside the pack and no one can actually see it. So you scan, you see it, looks amazing. Run a plating up competition around it. Get, the amount of kids that will not eat food these days because their food is not plated up correctly because of MasterChef, that's legit. I hear that a lot. It's incredible. So you point at the pack, you point at the table, the food appears, it doesn't look like the shrink-wrapped meat that you otherwise get. So there's so many ways that you can, so many types of content that you can connect. And in terms of how we engage from a creative process, it's all about really delving into the business's problems, whether this is the right channel. If augmented reality isn't the right channel, really don't do it. Don't do it just for the gimmick. But I can tell you, it outperforms so many other channels that brands are just wasting money on because it's just what media agencies have been saying you should do for years and years now, and ever since digital arrived. So, and then once you you get that data, you iterate, you improve, you cloud serve it again. You don't need to change your packaging. We can change the content that's coming off your packaging every single day if you want. We can change the content coming off the packaging depending where someone is. So without the costs of printing and restocking and all that sort of thing, it's really, really powerful. And you get all this incredible data. Now here's one of those codes. If you've still got that screen open in your Safari or Chrome, point up at that code. And what you're going to see is the camera is going to point back at you and you may be wearing a helmet. If you're, I can faintly link that to the race cars that appeared before, the Bugatti and all that sort of thing. So straight off the screen, you get a little helmet experience. Very, very easy interface, very easy and fast for you to do through the web. So some of the performance we see connected packaging performance, very high levels of engagement. We see people clicking through to register and give their data over to brands. We see people, increasing their basket size and spending time in there that's YouTube, that, far outshines YouTube pre-roll and all the money that you pay to Google for that. So finally, just to sort of finish, packaging is also just one application. There are so many media channels you're already investing in that can be activated with augmented reality. There's Chiquita's Bananas, in fact, that we activated over in Europe with a provenance experience that takes you in a 360 back to the banana farm. We can activate geospatially, a little bit like Wizards Unite, if anyone's playing that right now, or Pokemon Go. We can activate directly off screens. Imagine watching MasterChef and then you point at the screen when they tell you to, and you point at the coffee table and there is the dish from MasterChef plated up. Pretty amazing, and that's brought to you by, whatever part of the meat and livestock industry wants to sponsor it. That, in fact, screen moment that you're seeing right now, that was incredible. In the first 3 seconds, this is a campaign in India, in the first 3 seconds we had 290,000 scans, which is pretty awesome, and people spend an average of almost 2 minutes in the experience. Hashtag India scale. But yeah, so we're getting a lot of traction over there as well. And certainly in China, this behaviour is massive in China. They're used to getting out their phone and scanning or shaking or whatever. So that's the first of a couple of talks that I am doing, a little bit about us. Come over and see us at the stand, discuss what you're interested in, and enjoy the next couple of days. Thank you.